The Galactic Council chamber fell silent as Ambassador Zethkar of the Hegemony rose from his crystalline seat, his 4 eyes gleaming with barely contained amusement. The holographic display showed the latest territorial expansion proposals, each one methodically carving away another slice of the so-called silent zone, the empty stretch of space that had remained mysteriously quiet for over 3,000 galactic cycles. Esteemed colleagues, Zethkar's translator rendered his clicks and whistles into standard galactic. We stand before the greatest opportunity in recorded history. The silent zone contains 17 pristine star systems, hundreds of habitable worlds and resources beyond imagination. And yet, he paused for dramatic effect, his mandibles clicking in what passed for laughter among his species. Not a single transmission, not one ship, not even a probe has emerged from this region. In millennia, Counselor Vrex of the Aquatic Union rippled her agreement through the water-filled sphere that served as her seat. The ancient databases speak of a species called humans that once inhabited this region. Primitive bipeds, from what little data remains. They likely destroyed themselves in nuclear fire as so many young civilizations do. Or, interjected High Chancellor Mortok, his reptilian features twisting into a sneer. They never advanced beyond their home system, a footnote in galactic history, hardly worth remembering. The Council erupted in harmonious agreement. The Hegemony, the Union, the Celestial Empire, and dozens of other major powers had been eyeing the silent zone for generations. Now, with their combined fleets numbering in the millions of ships, they finally had the military might to claim it properly. What they didn't know was that their transmissions had been monitored for months. Deep within the asteroid fields of the Outer Rim, Captain Sarah Chen floated in zero gravity within the command center of the UES Prometheus, humanity's most advanced reconnaissance vessel. Her dark eyes reflected the tactical displays surrounding her, each one showing the positions of the massive alien fleets converging on humanity's borders. Admiral Torres to all commands. The secure channel crackled to life. Operation Lazarus is now active. All units, prepare for Revelation Protocol. Sarah's fingers danced across the haptic interface, sending encrypted signals to vessels hidden throughout human space. For 3,000 years humanity had watched. They had learned. They had prepared. The galaxy thought them extinct or primitive because that's exactly what humanity had wanted them to think. After the first disastrous contact with the Hegemony, millennia ago, when humanity was indeed young and vulnerable, the survivors had made a choice. They would retreat into silence, into the dark between the stars, and when they emerged again, they would be ready for anything the galaxy could throw at them. Zethkar was reviewing the final invasion plans when the first anomaly appeared on the Council's sensors. A single ship, impossibly sleek and radiating energy signatures that made no sense, materialized in the exact center of the Council chamber's orbital space. It had bypassed every sensor, every defense grid, every early warning system the combined fleets possessed. What is the meaning of this? Zethkar's voice carried an edge of panic. How did that vessel penetrate our defenses? Before anyone could answer, the ship began to transmit on all frequencies simultaneously. The voice that emerged was calm, measured, and speaking in perfect galactic standard despite supposedly being from an extinct species. Greetings, Galactic Council. I am Admiral Elena Torres of the United Earth Systems Navy. We've been listening to your plans with great interest. Counselor Vrex's tentacles writhed in agitation. Impossible, the humans are extinct, our archives. Your archives, Admiral Torres interrupted smoothly, contain exactly what we wanted them to contain. For 3,000 years you've assumed that silence meant death or primitiveness. You were wrong on both counts. The tactical displays throughout the Council chamber suddenly came alive with new contacts, hundreds of them, thousands. Ships that seemed to materialize from nothingness, their stealth technology so advanced that they had been hiding in plain sight among the very fleets that had come to invade human space. But these weren't the primitive, chemical rockets or early fusion drives the galaxy remembered. These vessels moved like liquid mercury through space, their hulls seeming to bend light around them. Energy readings spiked beyond anything in the galactic databases. High Chancellor Mortock's voice cracked as he spoke. This is impossible. Your technology, it's centuries beyond anything we possess. 3,000 years is a long time, Admiral Torres replied. While you've been conquering and fighting among yourselves, we've been learning, studying. Every signal you've ever transmitted, every piece of technology you've deployed, every tactical doctrine you've developed, we've analyzed it all. We know your strengths, your weaknesses, your histories, your fears. A massive dreadnought, easily 10 times the size of the largest hegemony vessel, materialized directly above the Council station. Its hull was unmarked by any known material, seeming to absorb light rather than reflect it. We could have revealed ourselves centuries ago, the Admiral continued. We could have demanded our place in your galactic community, but we chose to watch, to wait, to see what kind of neighbors you would make. The silence stretched for long, moments before Zethkar found his voice. What do you want? That depends entirely on you, Admiral Torres said. We've spent 3 millennia becoming the kind of species that doesn't need to conquer to survive. The question is, have you? Sarah Chen watched the alien fleets through her screens, noting how they'd gone from aggressive formations to defensive clusters in a matter of minutes. Some ships were already retreating to what they thought was a safe distance. They didn't realize that for humanity, there was no such thing as a safe distance anymore. The galaxy mocked our silence. Admiral Torres's voice echoed through every ship, every station, every comm system within 50 light years. You assumed that because you couldn't hear us, we weren't listening. You thought that because you couldn't see us, we weren't watching. The massive human fleet held position, a steel barrier between the alien armadas and the worlds they'd come to claim. Today the silence ends. Whether what comes next is peace or something else entirely, and that choice is yours. For the first time in 3,000 years, the galaxy had something new to fear. Not the young, primitive humans they remembered, but the ancient species that had been patiently watching them all along. And in the depths of space, humanity waited to see what choice their neighbors would make.